I recently received 5 lakh rupees as bonus and I had one burning question. Should I use this amount to prepay my 40 lakh home loan or should I invest this amount in an index fund? I went to Karthik Rangappa and asked him what should I do, expecting that he will show some Excel sheet with an elaborate complex formulas or some IRR versus ROI comparison. But to my surprise, his answer stunned me with simplicity. He said, prepay your loan first for the peace of mind. That's it. No complicated formulas. Because no number, no matter what, how convincing, can give you what a peace of mind could. And he made another valid point. He said, you are going to continue investing anyway, right? So why not pay off your liabilities first? I know peace of mind is important, but I wanted to quantify it. So just to calm my curiosity down, I ran those numbers to see how much of a difference does it make, and the answer was quite interesting. First, let's understand the cost of the loan. I have taken a 40 lakh rupee home loan for 20 years, which is 240 months, at 8.5% interest. Over the period, I will pay close to 43.3 lakhs as an interest, which is up and above of the 40 lakh home loan payment. Now let's suppose I take that 5 lakh rupee bonus and plan to prepay my loan amount. I will have two options. Either I will reduce my tenure or I will reduce my EMI. Let's say I plan to go with option number 1, which is reducing the tenure. So in this case, the prepayment happened in the 61st month. EMI remains the same, but the tenure is reduced. So earlier the tenure was 240 months, now it has reduced to 197 months, which means I close my loan 43 months earlier. Earlier, the interest payment was 43.3 lakhs. Now the interest payment will be 33.3 lakhs, which means that I will be saving 10 lakhs just by prepaying 5 lakh rupees. No volatility, no drawdowns. Also, when your loan term ends 43 months earlier, so now your EMI of 34,712 can be shifted to monthly investment for those 43 months, which will give you 18,71,237 at 10% rate. So at the end of 20 years, you will have a house and 18.7 lakhs. But the question is, does that beat investing? Now let's assume I did not prepay my loan. Rather, I choose to invest that amount in an index fund. So over the period of 15 years at a 12% interest rate, those 5 lakh rupee becomes 27.3 lakhs. Now, if I compare this 18.7 lakhs when I prepaid, then investing is clearly winning, right? But when I asked this to Karthik sir, he told me that by doing this, I would be ignoring the start and the end point bias in my returns. Let me quickly explain what that means and everything will start to make sense. Let's explain the start point bias with the help of an example. Say, I invested 5 lakh rupees in the stock market in early 2008. But as soon as I invested, the global financial crisis hit and immediately I lost 30 to 40% of my investment. I stayed invested for 15 years and ended up with around 14.75 lakhs, that is 7.48% annual returns. But if I had started that same investment just 1 year later in 2009, I would have gotten 36.53 lakhs, which is a 14.75% return. Same money, same 15 years, but different outcomes. Why? Because 2008 was a financial crisis year and 2009 was a recovery year. So my 2008 investment reflects the start point bias. Similarly, the end point bias is when the markets fall just before you are about to withdraw your investments. For example, if someone wanted to withdraw their investments in early March 2020, then it would have been an unfortunate time. So, when you are choosing between investing your amount or prepaying the loan, remember this. 27 lakhs via investing is something that is possible, not promised. Whereas that 10 lakh rupees you saved when you prepay your loan, that is real. So, unless you are confident that you will sit tight during crashes and will not touch your money early, sometimes simple and boring is better than risky and exciting. Now tell me honestly, how many of you are thinking to adopt a hybrid approach? wherein you are going to prepay half of the amount and invest the other half. See, now I am starting to getting the sense as to why Karthik sir was suggesting to prepay the loan. But if you plan to go with the hybrid approach, then make sure that you understand what is the type of loan and what type of investment you are making. If the interest on loan is higher than the interest on the investments, in such cases you should consider prepaying of the loan. But in case the return on investment is higher than the interest amount of the loan, in that cases you can partially consider investing. Let me give you an example. Have a look at this table. On the left side, you have types of loan along with their interest rate. And on the right side, you have the types of investment along with their interest rate. In case of loans like credit cards or business loans, one should prepay such loans because post-tax returns on investments are unable to beat the cost of these loans. For other loans, whether to prefer partially prepaying or not depends upon what type of investment you are making. Let me tell you, there are scenarios when you should definitely consider prepaying of the loan. Scenarios like when you are nearing your retirement, or when you have taken loans from NBFCs or small finance bank where the interest amount is quite high. Or in the cases if your loan tenure is for a shorter period, say 3 to 5 years, because in the initial years, the repayment is actually done towards the interest amount and not towards the principal amount. Fourth is, if you are in such a job which is volatile, then you should consider paying off the fixed obligation. And lastly, very important, if you are the sole breadwinner of the family. See, if something was to happen to you on temporary or permanent basis, then prepaying of the loan would have been better because that would avoid any kind of liability on your family members. In the end, I would say definitely run the math. And you have seen the numbers, the pros, the cons. What remains true is that loan leads to financial liability on a person. That financial liability leads to stress, and stress forgoes peace of mind. So whenever you have the option between risk, return, and peace of mind, choose peace of mind. And trust me, in most cases, math too works out. I hope you like this video. See you in the next one. Until then, happy investing.